Now in 4 News Now at 6, families in one Northwest Spokane neighborhood wake up to a SWAT standoff just outside their doors. What triggered the chaos?
We saw some gusty winds and even a little bit of rain today. I'll show you if those winds will be blowing in some warmer weather in your First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, think mosquitoes are worse this year? You're right, and scientists say the bites may not be over yet. We'll show you what's fueling the swarm. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Police swarmed a quiet part of the Shadle Park neighborhood early this morning. Law enforcement was responding to several reports of gunfire, leaving this close-knit community rattled. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. Kirsten O'Connor has the night off. Our Alexandra Cohenyart saw this incident unfold and joins us with the latest details.
A lot of the homes on this street have families with young kids. They tell me this is the kind of neighborhood where people talk and help each other during a time of crisis, like this morning.
I woke up to a lot of texts from our neighbors saying, like, are you guys okay? Do you know what's going on?
The sound of gunfire echoed through this calm Spokane neighborhood, frightening and unsettling for those who for so long have considered this a safe place.
I mean, definitely scary because I have a little baby.
Carly Harai has lived here for 5 years and saw this incident unravel in front of her home.
Seeing like lots of police walk by with like big guns and, you know, while I'm like holding my baby, looking out the window was a little bit scary. Like,
this all started at 4:30 a.m. when the Spokane Police Department responded to multiple reports of gunfire coming from this home on West Rockwell Avenue. A SWAT team and several other units were quick to arrive on scene, where they found a young child and mother inside of the home. The shooting suspect has since been taken into custody, and SPD says it is investigating the situation.
It's definitely kind of nerve-wracking.
Now on a typical morning, Carly usually sees neighbors walking their dogs or jogging down the street. But today, the view outside her window was very different. Cop cars, investigators, and a SWAT team filled the block. Although a heavy police presence isn't unheard of in this area, seeing officers with large rifles remains unsettling.
Definitely like makes you think twice, you know, with a baby in this area, if I should be in a safer area.
Moments after the shooting, this neighborhood was checking on each other, making sure everyone was okay. It is this sense of camaraderie that the community told me gave them hope in a very uncomfortable time. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohenyart, 4 News Now.
All right, Alex, thank you. Jason Valentine joins us now. He's in for Chris Crocker.
Yeah.
Jason, temps dropped a little bit today. Even got sprinkled on a little bit at some points. But things should be heating back up here pretty soon.
Yeah, we had the winds of change come in this morning, and they're going to slow down overnight, bringing in some more heat. But then over the weekend, we're going to see cool conditions continuing, a little of everything for the next few days. Good Thursday evening to you. 75 right now in the Spokane area, and we're starting to see that clearing. That is going to continue into our overnight period, and we should be seeing ample sunshine for your Friday. So that is something to definitely look forward to. All the bits of showers we saw have already moved off into Canada. Quite a bit going on in Montana. So just north of Spokane, Sandpoint, Colville, they saw some thunder and lightning go through. But that should be it for the lightning or the shower activity for at least a bit. And again, we just saw a few little vestiges coming through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but those have definitely moved on. And we're off to greener and happier pastures, but rain could return as we get into, especially on Monday, and that could include a little bit of thunder and lightning and just a slight chance on Sunday. So we're going to be dry for the next 2 days, so a little bit of shower activity is possible. Again, 1 in 3 chance it looks like, especially on Monday. Looking ahead just a little bit, so we're going to be hot for the next 2 days and then cooling down by quite a bit by Sunday, and then we're going to kind of settle into just above the average temperatures, which is 70 degrees right now, and that's what our Futurecast is looking at. This is for June 6th to June 12th, so after our next 7 days. So looks like we're going to be settling into a groove of not so hot temperatures, but still above our average. And just remember, I know today felt kind of gloomy and cool, but that's compared to what we saw yesterday. Last week, we could barely get to 60 degrees, so we aren't getting much warmer. So overnight tonight, as I said, we're going to be seeing those clearing skies. Your morning commute should be absolutely beautiful, so make sure you have the sunglasses on hand. And we're going to be hot tomorrow and especially Saturday, but cooling temperatures Sunday. I'll get you all the details. That's my forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. The Lost Creek Bridge on Highway 20 in Pend Oreille County will soon be closed for construction. That bridge is located about 5 miles south of Ione. Starting on June 9th, drivers will need to take Leclerc Road between Ione and Usk. The Department of Transportation expects construction to be completed by June 27th. A consumer alert now for Ford drivers. The automaker is recalling more than 1 million vehicles because of an issue with the rear view camera. According to federal officials, there's a software issue that could cause the display to freeze while in reverse. The recall includes popular Ford models made between 2021 and 2024, including the Bronco Expedition. Ford says owners can bring affected vehicles to dealers to receive an update or receive the update over the air. For a full list of impacted vehicles, you can look for this story on KXLY.com. Toyota is also recalling 400,000 Tundras due to an issue with their lights. It involves certain 2022 to 2025 models. According to federal officials, over time, moisture can get into the light housing and cause the reverse lights to stop working. Affected owners can bring their car to the dealership and the issue will be fixed for free. Well, Washington is expanding its driver's education requirements, and supporters say it could save lives on our roads. By 2030, all new drivers under 22 will need to complete driver's ed, not just teens. Marissa Rio shares why one local driver's ed school says this will make our roads safer.
Whether you're an experienced driver or you're getting behind the wheel for the first time, roads are shared spaces. Our responsibility, staying safe. That's why Interface Driving Academy in North Spokane says driver's ed is important for young drivers.
If we can get young people to recognize what they do that creates the risk, and if we can get them basing their decision on what is at risk in a crash rather than what are the odds of a crash, they'll make better decisions.
Tim says driver's ed helps build those safety habits early. That's why he thinks this new law will make our roads safer. And the data backs him up. Between 2017 and 2021, the Washington Traffic Safety Commission found that drivers 18 to 25 years old who didn't complete a driver's training course had a 70% higher rate of injury or fatal crash involvement.
What really stands out to Tim, though, in this new bill is a new requirement. If young drivers up to the age of 25 rack up 2 moving violations, they'll be forced to take an additional safe driving course.
This rule will fully go into effect by 2031.
It's important that people realize that if they're getting tickets, they're making some high-risk decisions. And those high-risk decisions not only affect them, but they affect you and I, because we might be the recipient of a bad decision they make.
There's also a barrier this law addresses, and that's cost. Courses can cost over $600, but under the new law, lower income families will have access to vouchers. The voucher program would be funded by higher fees on instruction permits, license services, and more. Those increases are also in the new law. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, legal battle is brewing between Catholic bishops and the state of Washington. Why bishops are calling one of the state's newest laws an attack on religious freedoms. That's coming up in about 20 minutes. And a record number of people visited the Lilac City last year. How all those tourists are actually helping you save money. That's next here on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
New or used, big or small, find it at the RV Expo sale.
Global Credit Union serves the men and women of our armed forces stationed around the world.
We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces.
Tell them and their families thank you for their service and for protecting our future. Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Have you seen the Nissan lineup lately? If not, it's time to take a look at Coeur d'Alene Nissan. From the sporty Sentra to the versatile Rogue and the rugged Frontier, Coeur d'Alene Nissan has got something for every need and budget.
Right now, get the 2025 Nissan Pathfinder with 0% APR and $1,000 bonus cash. It's built for adventure and loaded with towing power.
Take a closer look at Nissan's top-of-the-line technology and impressive styling. Nice cars, nice people, Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face. and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Welcome back. A record 10.1 million people visited Spokane last year, whether for Bloomsday, Hoop Fest, or just to enjoy everything the Lilac City has to offer. They spent big, over $1 billion. But it's not just businesses seeing the benefit. These tourists are helping us out on our taxes. Jordan Smith is live in one tourist hotspot. And Jordan, I guess the secret's out that Spokane is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it took people long enough to figure it out, right? I mean, every time there's an event here, whether it's Hoop Fest, the WHL Finals a couple weeks back, March Madness, I talk to people, and every time they visit here, they say there's something about this place that just sticks with them. There's a magic to it, and we're seeing it with these record tourism numbers. Now, let's break these down a little bit further for you. Here's a look at what folks are spending when they're here in town. On average, just above $150 a day, more than $1,500 per trip. Now, the remarkable thing is the economic impact it has on locals. Yes, you know, parking gets a little bit more difficult during these events. Restaurants are more crowded. But the spending habits of these visitors are actually going to end up saving Spokane taxpayers a little more than $1,000.
In addition, it actually helps offset taxes, resident taxes, by just over $1,000. Every person in Spokane County saves $1,000 due to the fact that visitor spend generates so many taxes when they're here in our area.
And here's the other thing, too, Derek, that I found remarkable. This level of tourism actually sustained 18,000 jobs here in Spokane County, and they broke that down even further. That's 1 in 19 jobs. And the other cool thing about these tourism, is this spike in tourism, rather, is the influx of cool events that follows when Spokane becomes a more vibrant city. We get cooler Broadway shows, bigger comedians, you know, sporting events coming to the area like March Madness that we've seen. And I was talking to our boss earlier today, and she said it's funny how far Spokane has come. The biggest thing it used to be is that people came here to shop for school supplies back in the day, but now we turned into quite the vibrant city. It's fun to be a part of. Reporting live in Riverfront Park tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And another thing that draws people here are the Four Seasons. We had a sneak preview of summer yesterday. Will that return for our weekend? Let me get you ready for that. My first alert weather forecast. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Stick with us, everyone.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
I'm Drew Henry, tea maker and founder of Revival Tea Company, and we're right here at Yolks Fresh Market. We started in 2018 in Spokane. We are super proud of getting our peppermint from Washington State, our honey from bees in Spokane. We've collaborated with Dry Fly and turned into canned cocktails. We definitely would not be where we're at today without the support from some amazing local partners like Yolks. Oh yeah, the more and more we can work together, that's been a really fun thing as we continue to grow.
Check out Revival Tea at Yolks Fresh Market.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's credit union.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
Summer is here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's set to be a scorcher. But why suffer through another season of sweltering heat and box fans? Call the experts at Bill's Heating and AC. With a lowest price guarantee, free second opinions, and a warehouse full of top quality equipment, we're ready to make your summer comfortable without breaking the bank. Technicians are on standby. Call for your free quote today.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
All right, welcome back. Jason Valentine in for Chris Crocker tonight. And I was telling you earlier today that I took my dogs for a hike in the Nishman Hills, and it was like, the temperature was kind of warm, but it was also kind of windy. So it was one of those days where you weren't really sure how to dress for.
Yeah, and they brought in those winds, some cloud coverage, and those little showers we saw in the afternoon. But they're going to be blowing out as we get to the evening. Nicer conditions on the way tomorrow to start your weekend. Good Thursday to you, Derek. Good Thursday, everyone. And folks, we are looking at beautiful conditions as we're heading into the evening hours. This is by far the best time of our day today. And we're going to continue to see nice conditions into tomorrow and into Saturday. So clearing into the weekend. Winds are going to be slowing overnight. We saw some gusty conditions, 30 mile per hour at times today. We're going to see those winds slow down. Heat returns tomorrow, and chilly Sunday on the way. Here's our high temperature trend. So just remember, I know today felt kind of gloomy, but my goodness, we were still in the mid 70s. Last week, we couldn't get to the 60s, and that was for 3 weeks. So don't get too used to the heat too quickly. So 82 is tomorrow, all the way up to 87 by Saturday. But look at this drop as we get to Sunday and Monday, below our average for this time of year. And then we kind of stabilize into the mid 70s, and I expect that to continue past into our next weekend. So just get ready for cooler temperatures, at least when you consider the 80s that we've been seeing on and off since our last weekend. So the shower activity has all moved out into the northeast and up into Canada. Montana still seeing quite a bit of thunder and lightning. They've had wave after wave of thunderstorms for the past month or so, and that continues today, but they should see drier conditions. So on our forecast radar, as we move into our overnight period, we're going to see clearing into, you can see the timestamp up top, tomorrow morning, a beautiful commute. So again, get your sunglasses out. Don't forget those. And then Saturday, we're going to see more sunshine. So it just should be beautiful and very hot on your Saturday. And hey, it's perfect time to do some camping if you're thinking about maybe going out to Hayburn State Park in Idaho. Saturday, it's going to be hot. If you like to camp during hot days, Saturday would be perfect. If you like to camp during cooler days, still right around our average, Sunday would be perfect for you. So again, a good weekend to do a little bit of camping. So current temperatures, we're in the mid to upper 70s for most of our areas, a little warmer as per usual in Lewiston. Look at Tri-Cities, our hot spot of the day, 84. And we're going to continue to see heat into tomorrow and, as I said, into Saturday. But look at the 24-hour change from yesterday's very hot temperatures, double digits pretty much throughout the Inland Empire. But we're going to gain some of that back tomorrow and most of it back by Saturday. So as I said, we had quite a bit of gusty winds today. We're still seeing those gusts in Pullman, Moses Lake, Spokane Valley, and in Spokane itself. Those will slow down overnight. We should see more or less light winds for your Friday, and then gusty winds return as we get to Saturday afternoon. 7-day forecast tomorrow, 82, 87 by Saturday. Then that cool down really Sunday through Tuesday. But look at our overnight periods. They are just 3 weeks ago, we were still dealing with the freezing level overnight. Well, this has definitely taken a turn for the better as we're looking at upper 40s, mid 50s for the next couple of overnight periods. So folks, get ready for a beautiful start to your weekend tomorrow. Just be prepared for that cool down coming Sunday.
All right, Jason, thank you. Malden's new community center is now open. The city welcomed the public to celebrate the new space, which is also home to a new library and food bank. The original building was one of the many lost in the devastating Babb Road fire, which destroyed 85% of the town nearly 5 years ago. Our Mary Sheridan joins us with why this new space is such a powerful symbol of recovery and hope.
This day has been 5 years in the making.
The city of Malden is celebrating something more than recovery. They're celebrating regrowth. A devastating fire in 2020 reduced much of the small town to rubble. Neighbors lost more than just their homes.
Losing my house was hard, but then also losing the library that my kids enjoyed. So that was it was like a devastating thing on both sides.
Vanessa Place has seen the Malden Library in all its phases. She had only just began as a librarian before the Babb Road fire burned the building to the ground.
I was actually in the portable library longer than I was in the old building.
Despite working out of a portable library with no running water, Vanessa made sure the people of Malden could still access the library's resources.
As libraries where we are now, our intent is to serve whatever our populations need.
This is why the library worked in close proximity with the food bank while the town rebuilt. And this partnership will continue since the library and food bank are now right next door. They're both part of the city's new community center, paid for in $3.6 million worth of grants and donations. These solar panels from Avista are just one example.
It addresses energy burdens and energy equity, and in a town like this, it's just trying to get back on its feet is so critical.
Malden Mayor Dan Harwood expressed his gratitude for the incredible support from the local to federal level. He also honored community members like Vanessa, whose everyday efforts will help Malden thrive in the future.
It's our neighbors, our family, that are first here on the scene.
Reporting in Malden, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Well, mosquitoes are out in full force, and experts say the recent surge is no coincidence. We'll show you what's attracting them and how to protect your family before bites ruin your summer. A major tech CEO is raising a red flag, warning that AI could wipe out millions of entry-level jobs in just a few years. The industry's most at risk, and what you can do now to protect your career. And the Trump administration isn't backing down after a federal court blocks the president's tariffs. Now the case is heading for a showdown that could reach the Supreme Court. What it means for the future of U.S. trade, next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Cal Cars, you never know what you'll find. Like all-wheel drives, tricked-out high-performance trucks, sporty low-mileage SUVs, and reliable, fun rides.
We always have cool rides at SoFast.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW.
If you need a certain style of vehicle, we will find it for you. Plus, every rig comes with a 1-month, 1,000-mile warranty.
And $50 down is all you need.
The inventory changes quickly because we price them right.
If the name wasn't obvious enough, the DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket is tossed in your choice of Honey Barbecue or New Buffalo. That means layers of flavor from the top, bottom, left, right, inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket, available in Honey Barbecue or New Buffalo. Hurry in and try them today, only at DQ.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join SDCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
Canopy Village is a safe haven for children in North Idaho. The nonprofit supports families in crisis, restoring trust and building a more compassionate community.
On Friday, May 30th, for every drink purchased at Jitters locations, Numerica will donate $1 to Canopy Village, up to $15,000.
Numerica's Coffee for a Cause Day helps provide safety and stability for families.
Buy a cup of coffee to help the children at Canopy's Village. Cheers! This is how Numerica cares for kids.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region. And you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Missisquoi.com.
Taking a look around the nation now, the Trump administration is pushing back against a court ruling that blocks the president's sweeping tariffs. The judge calling Trump's use of an emergency act contrary to law.
The courts should have no role here. There is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges inserting themselves into the presidential decision-making process.
The 3 judges on the panel unanimously decided the president does not have the authority to use his emergency powers to issue tariffs. They also blocked Trump's tariffs imposed to combat fentanyl trafficking because they, quote, do not deal with the threats described in the president's order. Then today, an appeals court issued a temporary stay on that decision while it considers the administration's argument.
The tariffs remain in place. The court told us, they didn't all but tell us, they told us, go do it another way. So you can assume that even if we lose, we will do it another way.
And the court gave the administration 10 days to comply, but the Justice Department was quick to appeal, raising the stakes in a fight that could soon find itself in front of the Supreme Court. The CEO of an artificial intelligence company warns that AI is about to wipe out millions of jobs in the next few years, even calling it a bloodbath. So what can you do now to protect yourself? ABC's Andrew Dimbert explains.
This morning, a major tech CEO is sounding the alarm about the technology he's spearheading. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, the head of the company behind AI model Claude 4, has a blunt warning, telling the website Axios half of all entry-level, white-collar jobs could be wiped out by artificial intelligence within 5 years, potentially driving the unemployment rate up to 20%. He says industries most at risk include law, marketing, tech, and finance.
These new generative AI technologies pose a real risk to early career knowledge jobs.
In recent months, AI has shown stunning capabilities, from generating hyper-realistic fake videos to diagnosing rare diseases through data analysis. The state Supreme Court in Arizona is even using AI-powered avatars to act as reporters and summarize court rulings.
My AI colleague Daniel and I will be bringing you regular updates.
AI's rapid rise could bring real benefits, but also real disruption. The people most likely to be hit first, young, college-educated workers in their first jobs, before they've built experience or seniority.
Who don't yet have the work experience to be a sort of a manager of a team of AI agents.
Some major companies already downsizing. Walmart cutting 1,500 corporate jobs, part of a technology-led restructuring. Microsoft laying off 6,000, saying it's aligning for the AI era. So how can you protect your career? Experts say double down on what AI struggles with, making human connections and doing things in person.
If you can do your job locked in a closet with a computer, those are the things that are more worrying for AI. Things that have to be in person and really with people tend to be safer.
And learn to work with AI, not against it.
It's really important that you've mastered your craft, your area of expertise, augmented by this technology.
Anthropic's CEO is pushing lawmakers to get up to speed on AI and urgently look at ways to regulate this technology. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And hopefully AI news anchors are in the distant future. Well, AI isn't just helping businesses, it's helping scammers too. How they're using chatbots to steal your money and the red flags you need to protect yourself coming up. Plus, Catholic bishops in Washington are suing the governor over a new law requiring clergy to report child sex abuse, why they say it violates religious freedom, and the pushback from the state.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Our big Memorial Day sale means you can save up to $18,000 off MSRP on a new 25 GMC Sierra 1500. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Just when you thought you knew everything about game shows?
Finally, a show about game shows. So special.
It's better than sex.
I'm not sure about all that, but it is gonna be good.
Welcome to the game show.
Tuesday night on ABC.
You're welcome.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Okay. How about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington?
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah. Why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
For News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
Our big Memorial Day sale means you can save up to $5,500 off, plus as low as 3.95% APR on a Sierra 2500 HD Denali. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
When your alarm goes off,
That's when we come alive.
we're on with what's new this morning. What's happening now?
And what's next for you?
Breaking news you need to know now.
The latest forecast for you
And your family, so you're all ready for the day.
Get what's new now and next at 5 and 6 a.m.
Right here.
And right here at 7A.
because we're on all morning long.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, Spokane.
Good morning, Northwest and GMA.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Welcome back. If swatting away mosquitoes has been your reality this spring, you are not alone. These pesky bugs are swarming earlier than usual, and many of you are itching to know why. Hunter Bertram joins us live with the answer to that buzzing question, Hunter.
Yeah, hey, Derek. Well, it's because of recent temperatures. Weather, also this past winter's conditions have all created a perfect storm for mosquitoes. A key factor in all that are late spring storms, essentially creating the perfect habitat for these early season mosquito swarms.
It has been bad this year.
Mosquitoes are out hunting for a delicious meal. Unfortunately, that's us. While it's good for the critters who snack on them, it's not great for our outdoor enjoyment.
We definitely can tell there's a difference. And walk outside, and especially certain times of the day, they're bad.
Kathy Anson, a concerned viewer, reached out for answers. I turned to experts for insight.
Because we had late spring rains, that is perfect breeding for standing pools of water, is a perfect breeding area for mosquitoes.
Water is abundant across the inland Northwest, and this year's early snowmelt combined with late spring showers has left a lot of standing water around. When water pools, mosquitoes find it, lay eggs, and develop into a buzzing nuisance, leaving you covered in red dots.
I mean, it's crippling when we want to get outside and we feel like we can't go out because we're going to get bit.
So what can you do? First, get rid of standing water on your property. Anything that can go should be removed or treated with pellets that target mosquito larvae. Treating your yard works, but these are temporary fixes and need repeating, the scientists tell me. For your skin, use bug spray, and
when you're out and about, wear long sleeves.
Recommended to wear those long baggy clothing and bug spray, especially at the hours of dawn and dusk. That's typically when mosquitoes are most hungry and you're likely to get bitten. Excuse me. You can actually head to KXLY.com right now. We have a list of specific ingredients in bug repellent that is proven to be effective. You can find that again, KXLY.com. Live in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
And I tell you what, Jason, those late evening hours, that can be really bad. My son and I were golfing recently with like a later tee time, and we were getting swarmed.
Absolutely. And with the heat we had yesterday and tomorrow, long sleeves are going to be kind of tough.
Yeah.
But maybe Sunday. we'll be okay.
Okay.
Let's take a look outside. And folks, we're looking at things starting to clear up. And we're going to be looking at a very nice start to your weekend tomorrow. Good Thursday evening, everyone. 75 right now in the Spokane area, and just a gorgeous evening after kind of a bummer of a day, but all that cloud coverage, the wind is still with us right now, but all the cloud coverage and those quick showers have moved on out. So just very nice conditions tonight. And we don't have a good chance of seeing any more rain for our weekend as well. Could see just a hint pop up. Maybe Sunday. Best chance will be Monday, but still nothing really substantial. So looking for more drier conditions as we're moving along. If you remember, yesterday was very hot and very nice. And look at these caddis flies last night in Liberty Lake. Just beautiful. Look at them flying out there. Fly fishermen are just very excited. Our Nick Hawthorne got this video for us. Just beautiful conditions last night. We're going to see similar conditions tomorrow evening as we're getting much, much warmer, and we're going to continue to be getting warmer as we're heading into Saturday. But we have a big drop-off as we get to Sunday, so hopefully you're able to enjoy. Overnight tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies, and those winds are going to start to die down as well, though we're still seeing some pretty heavy winds right now. We're seeing gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range for some of our cities. So overnight, that will slow down. And look at this morning you're going to have for your Friday. We're going to see quite a bit of sunshine. And that sunshine should stick around at least through Saturday. But as I said, we're going to go from the heights of the upper 80s to very much below that as we get into Sunday. All of that and how much cooler our next week is going to be. But still remember, last week we were barely getting to the 60s. So it is nice to having troubles with the lower 70s. I'll get to that in my full forecast that's coming up later in the show.
Yeah, no doubt, Jason. Thank you. Catholic bishops in Washington, including Spokane Reverend Thomas Daly, are now suing Governor Bob Ferguson over the new law requiring clergy to report child sex abuse to law enforcement. According to a complaint filed in Seattle today, the Archdiocese of Seattle, as well as the Diocese of Yakima and Spokane, say the Catholic Church continues its efforts to protect children when it comes to reporting abuse and neglect. The bishops argue the only exception to reporting those cases are when priests learn about them in confession, which should be protected by the sacramental confessional seal. The church accuses Governor Ferguson and the state of religious discrimination. Now, we've contacted Bishop Daly's office and we're told he is not available this week for comment on the lawsuit.
Fulcher has not stood up for his constituents at all.
Protesters gathered in Coeur d'Alene to voice their frustrations with Congressman Russ Fulcher today. Protesters say Fulcher's support of a number of bills do not represent the interests of North Idahoans. That includes the Trump administration's Big Beautiful Bill. Derek Strom spoke to those protesters about their frustrations.
There are multiple ways that he's betrayed the people of Idaho.
Dozens of protesters gathered outside of Representative Russ Fulcher's office in Coeur d'Alene. Protesters disapprove of his recent voting record on a number of bills, including a Trump administration bill that makes big changes to Medicaid and could cause millions to lose their coverage.
That big, ugly bill would take Medicaid away from people who are really in need. And like most of the people in Idaho, I'm furious about it.
And I know that it costs a lot more for everybody if people don't have access to health care because they tend to rely on the emergency rooms for their care. They wait until they're really sick.
Others were protesting potential cuts to education and Head Start programs, as well as SNAP benefits and protecting public lands.
Rain isn't stopping dozens of protesters in Coeur d'Alene today who are trying to send a message to Representative Russ Fulcher that he simply is not representing their interests.
Many protesters believe Representative Fulcher is acting in the interest of the ultra-rich and not his constituents.
I think Russ Fulcher needs to see that his constituents are not happy with him. And honestly, I don't feel represented by Russ Fulcher.
In Coeur d'Alene, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, the final year in the WSCC arrives this fall for both Gonzaga and Washington State, and their conference opponents are now set, Jack.
You can take a look at who and where the Zags and Cougs look to play this season. Their 2025-2026 conference opponents all coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Every day of your life.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the fan favorite cowboy pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
Global Credit Union serves the men and women of our armed forces stationed around the world.
We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Friday.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. And 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are inviting you to wear red on Fridays, too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces.
Tell them and their families thank you for their service and for protecting our future. Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. And every path leads to new possibilities.
Get the freedom to save and 2.9% financing plus no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2025 Equinox models.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Don't worry, it's just me, it's Chad from the Easy Home Buyer.
Selling your home doesn't have to be scary. At the Easy Home Buyer, we make it simple, fast, and hassle-free, so you can focus on your next chapter.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the fan favorite cowboy pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
Gonzaga Bulldogs enter their final season in the West Coast Conference before their huge Pac-12 move next year. And today we now know their opponents for this last run through the WCC. With the Seattle U Redhawks joining the WCC this season, we have a bit of a changed up schedule. Zags playing 7 teams home and away, 2 just at home, 2 just on the road. Zags will just host LMU and Pacific. They will travel to Oregon State and USD. And have both for all the other teams in the conference, including Washington State and St. Mary's. So now you can look at the full list of these opponents. This will be the first season the Zags do not travel to LMU since 2022-23, and just the second time that the Zags host Pacific since 2022. That same season was also the last time they did not host San Diego. We're going to have more updates on KXLYplus.com on exact tip-off times, so stay tuned later on. This year's also the final WCC season for Washington State. The Cougs in the same boat as Gonzaga with 7 opponents both home and away, couple in Pullman, couple on the road. Now WSU shares Pepperdine, Portland, St. Mary's, and Seattle U with Gonzaga, as well as only traveling to USD and hosting Pacific, but they are unique with a home and away with Loyola Marymount and Oregon State, plus, of course, Gonzaga. The Cougs travel to San Francisco, one of the toughest environments in the WCC. Should be a lot of fun, and host Santa Clara. Hope they can have a better performance against them at home than last year. Just like the Zags, we'll have updates on tip times on KXLY.com. One Zag into the finals, 1 to go. Andrew Nembhard on the cusp with his Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The score right now not too hot for him, though. 72-55 against the New York Knicks. Knicks big time in front in the third quarter. A Pacer comeback win sends them to their first finals in 25 years. We'll have highlights on Nightside. The other Zag superstar is Chet Holmgren. You might recognize him. The one-and-done player from the Zags 2021-22 season has exploded this playoffs. All the more impressive after missing over half the season with a pelvis fracture, and he's now the first Zag since 2020 to make the NBA Finals. Chet has been on fire seemingly every night, dropping 20 or more points in 3 of the 5 Thunder wins over Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals, plus shooting over 55% from the field, almost 40% from 3. The Minnesota native uses his crazy, lanky athleticism to command rebounds, swat shots, 3 last night, and is just as mentally tough as he is physically. He spoke last night about how he's still all business, though, looking ahead to the finals.
You know, before getting hurt feels like it wasn't even part of the same season, but, you know, we're still in this thing, so kind of more thinking about what we have to do going forward than where we've been.
Chet plays Game 1 of the NBA Finals a week from today, June 5th, right here on ABC. So exciting to potentially see two Zags against each other. They were both on that 21-22 roster. 5 former players from that roster have now logged some NBA minutes. So pretty impressive.
And Chet really did the press conference in shades, huh?
Oh, yeah, he was very cool with it, very cool.
All right, Jack, thank you. Well, the summer travel season is finally here, and if you haven't booked your flight yet, there are still ways you can save. ABC's Lionel Moise explains.
It's that time of year, and booking your family's summer vacation without breaking the bank can be daunting.
Getting a really good deal on travel, I think for some households can feel like a full-time job in and of itself. Price checking multiple websites, trying incognito mode.
But experts say some of those travel hacks are actually myths, like booking your travel on Tuesday to get the best rate.
The reality is that airfares in particular change so often that there isn't a single day of the week or time of the day where you're guaranteed to get the best deal on your trip.
Instead, you can try a price monitoring tool to track price changes real time based on your destination, travel dates, and even airport. Although there isn't a specific day you should click book, which day you fly can make a difference. Experts say traveling on Tuesday or Wednesday is often the cheapest option.
This can even mean just shifting out of a Sunday return and taking a 6 or 7 a.m. Monday morning flight for as much as 20% savings. On international trips, that can be hundreds of dollars in savings just by shifting your days.
Or save by shifting your hotel nights for a weekend getaway.
If it's possible for you to shift your 2 nights away to be Sunday night and Monday night, you can typically save an average of about $86 in the US, but upwards of $300 in particular cities like Las Vegas.
And you don't need to book your hotel months in advance like your flight. You can get massive deals by waiting.
If you're headed to a major city, prices will drop at the last minute between 12 and 48 hours before your check-in dates. So waiting until the last minute will actually save you a lot more than booking far in advance.
But if you choose to wait it out, experts say you'll need to be flexible on where you stay, as some properties could sell out. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Or hey, if you're planning to do a staycation in Spokane this weekend, you don't want to miss weather next, because I'm going to let you know when the heat is on and then when it goes away. That's all happening soon, and that's happening next on 4 News Now on this Thursday evening.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years.
And during the Memorial Day sales event, we're offering $1,000 extra on every trade-in. Plus, delayed payments for 120 days on all vehicles,
including the new TRD trucks, loaded with options.
Or the sporty 2025 RAV4 with great financing options available today.
So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Haul it outside, haggle, then haul it all back inside. Sound familiar? Why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Will you take 50 cents for it? Okay.
Thank you.
Great news!
news. The Memorial Day savings have been extended one final week at Walker's Furniture with store-wide discounts on all your favorite brands and limited time hot buys so you can lock in low prices or pay over time with 5 years no interest financing, no money down, no minimum purchase required. Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish new sectionals, and quality new dining sets all on sale. The clock is ticking and these Memorial Day savings end soon this week at Walker's.
Looking for an RV? Start at the RV Expo sale, Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
All right, welcome back. Jason Valentine in for Chris Crocker tonight. And listen, yesterday we had super hot.
Super hot.
We cooled off a little bit today,
right.
And then we're kind of going back up a little tomorrow, right?
It's better than the past couple of weeks because we had showers and then showers off. Now we have heat on and heat off, but it looks like that heat could be off for quite a few days after the weekend. So watch out for that. Good Thursday evening, everyone. We're really settling into the best part of our day. It is tonight. 75 right now, Spokane, 74 in Coeur d'Alene. We got the sunshine coming out. Should be a lovely evening. The only hitch in our giddy up right now is the wind. We're still seeing some gusty winds in areas. Those are going to be slowing down as well. So clearing into the evening and heat to return tomorrow. But for how long? Well, chilly Sunday. I guess that's a bit of a hint. Let's take a look at those temperatures, the high temperature trend. So we are going to be living large tomorrow and Saturday. So 82, then 87 Saturday, kind of like what we saw just yesterday. And that's why today felt so cool. And then we're going to be seeing cool conditions continuing into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and just kind of riding the ship into the mid-70s. Now, just for some perspective, our average for this time of year is 69 or 70. So we're still mostly above our average for this week. And as we get into past Thursday, we're looking to stay right in just above the average. So a little bit warmer temperatures, but still we're going to be kind of missing out on some of those 80s, it looks like, after we get to this weekend. So the shower activity that came through our area, it's already moved all the way up, mostly into Canada. A little bit going on in Montana. Quite a bit of thunder and lightning. Colville saw some thunder and lightning in the afternoon, but that definitely has moved on. Here's our forecast radar. As we head into our overnight period, look at this. Clearing into tomorrow morning. Should be just a beautiful morning and then a beautiful day as we head into our afternoon. It shouldn't be too much cloud coverage. Saturday looking nice as well. So just beautiful conditions, but then we're going to see that change very quickly as we get into Sunday. But this weekend, perfect time to do some camping. We're looking at the Hayburn State Park in Idaho. So it just depends on what you want to do. It's going to be very, very hot on Saturday and average on Sunday, but still a perfect weekend to do a little bit of camping. I know people have been waiting to get out and do that. So mid-70s to lower 70s for most of our areas. 84, our hot spot in the Tri-Cities, 81 in Lewiston. But look at the change from just yesterday. Double digits for most of the cities in the Northwest, especially in the Inland Empire. We're going to gain some of these temperatures back by tomorrow and pretty much all the way back as we get to Saturday. So I've been bringing up gusty winds, and with those winds of change we saw this morning, they're continuing, but these will all be slowing down overnight. So much more calm conditions, I promise, are on the way. So Friday looks to be the jewel since it's going to be very, very nice and calm. For Saturday, those wind gusts are going to return as we get into the afternoon. 72 by Sunday and then evening out as we get into midweek. Folks, get ready for a great start to your weekend tomorrow.
All right, Jason, thank you. Artificial intelligence chatbots are making scam emails even harder to spot. Criminals are using the technology to clean up telltale signs like clunky grammar and weird phrasing. And experts say this evolution is proving to be very effective. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez explains what it should look out, or what you should look out for to help distinguish between what's real and what's not.
The FBI says scammers are making more money than ever before. Last year alone, they made off with more than $16 billion, according to Bureau statistics. And experts tell me there are ways you can keep yourself and your money safe. Nowadays, being able to catch AI-ridden scams feels like it requires an entirely new approach.
I would say yes, new playbook. I think training needs to be highly personalized.
Mike Britton with Abnormal AI says AI chatbots are helping scammers write messages that are not only free of typos, but also closely resemble those of trusted senders.
If I have a few samples of your writing or email, I can mimic your style using a ChatGPT or a Claude or any other AI chatbot. It's fairly trivial to understand what tools and technologies your organization uses, whether you're a Zoom shop or you use Microsoft, whatever you use for email, and I can start to craft third-party type of messages attacking you.
For example, Britton says, a scammer might send what looks like a Zoom update email or an email impersonating your work's IT department, knowing there's a high likelihood people may open the link.
So as an attacker, I'm going to pretend to be one of those trusted brands.
With the threat of scammers trying to deceive people, Britton says there are ways people can stay aware and protect themselves on top of training through their work.
Time is your friend. Attackers and criminals are always working off a sense of urgency. And so if I get an email and it's my CEO and my CEO is asking for urgent help on getting gift cards, the more I step away and let my brain re-engage and kind of let the amygdala hijack kind of wear off, then I'm much more likely to use my training and what I know is the right things to do and not reply.
Britton also tells me it's also important to realize that when you see all the cool things technology and AI can do, to also remember attackers are seeing how they can use it to scam. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
All right, as we head to another commercial break, here's your look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Open House Memorial Sale is on now at R&R RV in North Spokane. See the top-selling motorhomes, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and travel trailers from the nation's top brands. Tour our service centers, stock up in the parts department, and enjoy free barbecue Friday and Saturday. Every RV open and marked with a low sale price. Plus, adult beverages from Trailbreaker Cider House on Saturday. The Open House Memorial Sale on now at R&R RV Center in North Spokane.
From urgent AC repairs to full system replacements, Bill's Heating and AC has you covered. See why thousands of local homeowners trust us for fast, honest heating and cooling services. We offer free second opinions, a lowest price guarantee, weekend service, free equipment quotes, and upfront pricing with no surprises. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make this summer more comfortable than ever.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
A big thank you to Horizon Credit Union for helping us expand the Caritas Food Bank. Without their help, we couldn't have gotten them into their new space where they're now serving over 500 households a month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Sticker shock over clothes from overseas.
I owe $1,700 in tariffs.
The tariff tax, hundreds of dollars more than what they expected to pay. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
For the team ready to conquer the grandest stage, immortality awaits. An unforgettable journey is nearing its finale. The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, every year an average of 37 children die from heat stroke after being left in cars. Why experts say this tragedy most commonly occurs on Thursdays and Fridays, and the simple routine change you can make to protect your family. That's tonight on Nightside.
All right, and folks, as we head into our Friday, a reverse from what we saw today, kind of akin to what we saw on Tuesday, just a little bit cooler. Plenty of sunshine and light winds. Going to be dry. Highs are going to be in the lower 80s, even warmer by Saturday, up to 87. But then the bottom falls out of the temperatures. We're in the lower 70s by Sunday, so enjoy it while you can.
We certainly will try. Mariners need to get back on the winning track tonight.
Yes.
That would help.
All right, we'll see you at 11.